So as we come around the side and turn our attention to the interior, we have our MTF door panels with the Scott Drake billet insert, and then the MTF dash pad, center console, Motovita steering wheel, and then the I Did It steering column that goes with our long frame or IFS. We use the Dakota Digital RTX gauges. We find that they pair really well with the Coyote and 10-speed. Along with that then, we have the a retro sound AM/FM Bluetooth XM stereo that fits in the stock location. The cool thing about this one is that it looks like stock until you turn it on and then it goes digital. Okay. Same thing with the Dakota Digital RTX gauges. They have an analog look to them, a retro look, but then as you turn them on, they also have a digital side to them as well, and you can flip them back and forth. This one features also our MTF center console. Okay. And also in the interior, we have the Old Air AC box. Now we use Old Air because it takes up a much smaller footprint than Vintage Air, okay? And let's face it, anything underneath this dash is premium real estate. So as we try to minimize that footprint, we use the Old Air instead, okay? However, as we're looking for the best products wherever they are, come from, we use the Vintage Air Front Runner for the Coyote and other engines as well, where it integrates the power steering pump as well as the AC compressor. This one has the 10-speed shifter in it, and the 10-speed shifter is unlike other shifters that we have because this one actually sits well above the tranny tunnel. Okay, so we actually have a kit for that, special bracketry, as well as bracketry on the side of the transmission itself that we'll see, whereby we route that cable and get it to the tranny to control the gear. We always put the power window switches on the center console. We can put them on the door, but we find that most customers really care for them on the center console instead. And then the power lock switch, we kind of put that out of the way so it's more purposeful and not struck accidentally. Okay. Along with the e-stop button that we try to keep real close on the console as well. E-stop is what we use for electric brake, parking brake. That is a product that rather than go with that clunky handle that takes up space and it's just awful. We go with the single button e-stop instead. Much faster installation, takes up less space, and it kind of goes with the rest of the theme of the car. Okay. Along with the door panels and the dash pad, we also have our headliner as well. This one features our center console and then the reproduction OE switches, and then the Scott Drake aluminum center also. And our headliner, that is a great product. It takes up so much less time to install rather than the competition. Now the key to this is the windlace. And this is special windlace developed specifically for us. It's wider than what you normally find commercially. This was developed for us to go with our headliner. These are our MTF billet pedal covers that we use. I think it's just a nice dress up to kind of complete the look of what we're trying to get done. So one of the key things about our company that really separates us from others is we work with what Ford gave us. And we try to keep things in the stock location. And in keeping with that, we use our Old Air system that locates in the stock location using a reproduction controller right where it would have been. Same thing with the other things that go on with our build as well. We always try to keep things right where they should have been. And really our whole culture is, if Ford had taken their engineering 1 or 2 steps further, this is kind of what they would have thought of, which really goes together with our mini tubs. It goes along with our long frame. It goes along with our interior. It goes along with our trunk. Everything that we do follows that mantra. So in keeping with the theme of this car being 20s tech in a 67 body, along with our culture and mantra of working with what Ford gave us, we've developed these C-Pods that have the integrated 6x9 speakers in them, along with our headliner that has the center console as an option. This one has the Scott Drake brushed aluminum insert with it. We also offer different inserts as well. The MTF Shelby style roll bar, which actually is functional. We weld it into the lower frame. This one is a little bit different in that it has the additional bars on the side, which are also removable, functional and removable as well. 2 grown men can sit and have sat in this back seat. Now it's close. I've sat in the back, and one of my techs, Dan, has sat in the back seat on this. Now the bar comes up right here between your shoulder and your ear, so there's not a lot of room, but it can be done. Normally in the back we would have your option on the trap door, whether there is a 10-inch speakers, subwoofers actually, or plain. Carl decided to go with the plain for this one because he just feels as though there's enough going on with the 6x9s, and then in the door we have the 5 1/4s and then the tweeters as well. I think the really cool thing about this interior, first off, it's the MTF full custom interior, is that the roll bars actually are integrated into the moldings as well. So it all works in harmony with each other. So as part of the interior package, Carl opted for our MTF seats. This is actually a vinyl seat, but it presents a lot like leather. It comes in power options as well as manual, and you can get them heated as well. One of the things I really like about these seats is that the side bolsters here, they're up a little bit, they're firm, but they also don't preclude you from getting in and out of the car as others would sometimes do. We find them to be overall, we've gotten a lot of good reviews on these particular seats. Big fans of them. They have a perforated interior, which kind of keeps with the current styling that you see on the market. But these are the high back seats, which really is an upgrade from the stock seats that were there in '67, which were kind of coming at this level, but that's not really where people are at. They really prefer the higher back. It's much more comfortable than stock.